Don't believe the haters out there. Construction is not dead in China. The economy is not collapsing. There are construction projects all over the place. 大家好，我是 Sir Ant 在中国. Hey everyone, it's Sir Ant in China. How y'all doing today? It is a hot and sunny day today, so of course, got the little blue beauty here. I'm gonna head out for my daily 20-kilometer bike ride. But I wanted to show you something first that has a lot to do with my 20-kilometer bike ride. And that is, when I'm heading to the stadium where I do my riding, I have to go past several construction sites. And as somebody who's worked in construction for many, many years and literally driven past in my lifetime hundreds and hundreds of active construction sites, one thing that I've kind of had to accept is the fact that the roadways in and out of these construction sites are dirty. The mud and concrete and crap on the tires of the concrete trucks, the delivery vehicles, the construction vehicles makes a huge mess of the roadways. And of course, when people drive their cars through that mess, not only their cars get dirty, but there's a huge potential to find things like construction debris and nails that go into your tires and cause flat tires. So anytime anybody sees a construction site opening up next door to where they're living, there's always the, oh shit, now I've got to deal with that. That's not the case here in China. Now let me flip the camera so I can show you what's going on. All right, so we're looking at the construction site right next door to my apartment building. For all those people that say the economy in China is crashing and that construction is dead, there's no construction projects going on anymore, that's simply not true. All around my apartment building, and for blocks and blocks and kilometers, in fact, in every distance from the windows of my apartment, I see nothing but active construction sites. But that's not what I want to talk about today. Today, I want to talk about this construction site in particular, and many, many like it. As you can see, there is a security gate here, and there are fences all the way around. A very unique feature of these fences is they have water misters on top, so that the construction dust doesn't affect the people walking by or the neighborhoods as much as it might in other places. But more importantly, take a look at the road here. What do you see that's different from roadways in North American construction sites and possibly European? I'm not too sure myself, but I'll tell you what it is. There's no mud. There's no construction debris. That is a very dirty and obviously muddy construction site. They always are. They build on top of dirt. So why isn't there dirt and mud all over the road here going out onto the main road of the street there? Now, I've worked at enough construction sites in Canada and driven past hundreds and hundreds of them to be able to tell you that there literally is always in North America huge amounts of dirt and mud and debris, and ultimately things like nails, which go into people's tires. So not only do your vehicles get dirty driving by, but you get nails in your tires and you get flat tires. But here, the roads are clean. Why is that? Are they doing something miraculous? Are they not working in dirty, muddy conditions? Not at all. There is a very specific reason for this, and I wish more Canadian construction sites would do this, because there's nothing like living next to a new construction site and going, oh crap, now I've got to deal with that, because you know the roads are going to be filled with mud, dirt, debris, and it's going to be your cost, your expense to deal with it, not the construction workers. But let me show you why the street is as clean as it is here. I'm going to change to my camera from my apartment building upstairs so you can get a better overall look.
All right, so here we are in my office upstairs on the 23rd floor looking down. And as you can see, there's a big pool of dirty water that the truck is lining up to drive into. Particularly challenging with a truck of that size. But every single vehicle that enters the Chinese construction site must go through this pool on the way out. This is why there's no mud and debris on the roads outside the construction sites. Every vehicle, whether a 22-wheeler like this one or a personal vehicle, delivery truck, etc., they all go through this same process where they rock back and forth through this pool of water, and then they clean the tires and the undercarriage, if not more, before they're actually allowed to leave the site. Now, in the case of this vehicle, because it was just unloaded by a crane, it didn't go into the absolute dirtiest and muddiest areas of the construction site. So in his case, he's going to rock his vehicle back and forth through this pool of water, and then he's going to eventually pull forward, and he's going to get out himself and grab one of the pressure washers and clean off his own tires and undercarriage. Like I said, he's not quite as dirty as other vehicles like dump trucks or concrete trucks that go deeper into the site itself and typically will have more debris on the sides of them. So he's just handed off his paperwork, and now he's going to grab the pressure washer after rocking back and forth several times, and he's going to wash his wheels, the undercarriage, and oftentimes they'll even wash the deck of their vehicles just so they're completely clean when they come out the other side. Now, the process for dump trucks and concrete trucks is a little bit more detailed. One thing I want to point out about the dump trucks in China is, if you'll notice, it has a hard steel covering on the actual dump area, the load area. Now in Canada, if you've ever driven behind a dump truck, it can be a very terrifying experience because if you're lucky, they've got a tarp or a piece of cloth over whatever they happen to be carrying, whether it's garbage, debris, soil, gravel, whatever. And oftentimes it will blow out the back of the vehicle and land on your car. It's horrifying. You never want to be behind a vehicle like that. Whereas in China, with these hard steel covers, which actually lift up and go over the top of the cab when they're being filled or emptied, there's literally no way that anything could escape. And on top of that, there'd be literally no way for them to overload the amount of dirt and soil in there, because the lid does have to close. So it's very, very, very safe way of doing it. I like that a lot. Now, when it comes to the dump trucks and concrete trucks, they do have a different process. Once again, they are going to rock back and forth through the pool of water. The pool itself not meant to clean the tires, just to loosen the dirt and debris. And then they have two dedicated employees on the construction site that literally sit there all day. I can see them from my window. And they wash the tires on these dirtier vehicles for the driver, because they not only wash the tires themselves, but they're washing the front of the vehicle, the undercarriage of the vehicle, the sides of the vehicle, because when these vehicles are being loaded, there's definitely a chance that they could get dirt and debris on the sides of the vehicles too. So as you can see, he's not just washing the tires, he's actually hosing down the entire side of the vehicle while the truck is rocking back and forth. And then once it's rocked back and forth several times, it will move forward, and these two full-time attendants will literally hose down the entire vehicle. It's amazing. It's something, like I said, I've never seen in Canada. I'm not sure if it's common practice in other places in the world, but I've never seen this attention to detail to making sure that the vehicles are clean before they leave the site. And as you can see, the driver is literally taking his time to really get that vehicle as clean as possible. And it's a construction vehicle. This is not a luxury car. There's no reason for it to be that clean other than to protect the safety and the cleanliness of the streets outside. So now he's pulled forward. He's going to stop and let the guys start pressure washing. Now you're going to see a ton of people start walking by on the bottom of the screen here. These are the happy construction workers that are all heading to the company canteen for lunch. Construction workers in China not only live on or near the construction site in free housing provided by the company, but all of their meals, breakfast, lunch, and supper, are provided by the company as well. Now, as you can see, there's a smaller delivery van coming in now. And because he has come into the site, he too will have to go through the same process of rocking back and forth through that pond and washing down his tires and wheels in order to leave again. It's amazing. It makes my day, because as someone who drives past this particular construction site on a daily basis on the sidewalks and roads nearby, I'm so thankful to not have to drive over clumps of mud and dirt and debris. Thank you, everyone. See you in the next video.